Okay, we live now and we are going to, we don't have anybody on, let's see. If anybody is interested, we are going to experiment our live, basically exchange surfaces. We are going to do it for our biology lesson and we shall wait for 5 minutes. Shall we wait for 5 minutes to see whoever wants to come on live to see our live experiments that we're going to do for our science GCSEs. So this is exchange surfaces. It's how easily stuff moves between an organism and its environment depends on its surface area to volume ratio. So this is going to be a live regarding about our home educational. It's to do with biology and it's the topic of exchange surfaces. See if anyone is interested. I know it's the last minute, but if you're interested to see this live, then by all means join us whilst we're doing this. And if you have any questions, we can go them through together. So is anybody there? We shall wait for a few more seconds, like for 5 minutes, shall we say, and we shall see what we can do. So today's topic is going to be, we're studying biology and it's to do with the exchange surfaces. Obviously it is the cells can use diffusion to take in substances they need and get rid of waste productions. For example, oxygen and carbon dioxide are transferred between cells and the environment during gas exchange in humans. So we are going to do biology and we can't wait to do our experiment and we're using jelly. And how many of us do love jelly? I know kids love jelly. How many of humans love jelly as well? I think I prefer jelly with the custard. So we've got two different shades of jellies here to use, but we're going to start in a bit. So we shall start again. In 5 minutes, we are going to do live section on our biology GCSE and it's going to be about exchange surfaces. So if anybody is interested to do live, basically of the experiment to join us, then do by all means join us. I know it's the last minute what we've done. It's a very short notice of going live, but let's see if there is few people want to join with our live experiment. We can't wait. So here is our yellow jelly and here is our red jelly. And this is to do with the biology exchange surfaces. It's a very easy experiment. It's literally you're going to use yellow jelly and red. That's up to you what jelly you want to use, but it's there. So obviously my R is ready. My daughter is ready to do the demonstration. We shall give another 5 minutes till we get more people to join in and then we won't waste our time and we shall start. If anybody's got any questions in between, you are all welcome to ask. Hi everybody. Hi William. Hi, is it Spluke? William again. Thank you. Hi again. Where are you from? So we shall give another 2 minutes, shall we? And then we shall start on our biology. We're going to do the exchange surfaces. It's to do with the biology. So it's introduction, jelly diffusion experiment. Have you ever wondered how substances move in and out of cells? Well, this colourful experiment gives us a tasty way to find out in this diffusion experiment. We'll use jelly cubes. So here are our jelly cubes, cubes. So here are jelly cubes and then we're also going to use lemon. So we got lemon here. There you go, there's lemon and there's also vinegar. So we are going to use the organic apple cider vinegar. So that's what we'll be using. So has anybody tried this experiment before? Hi Jason, how are you? Please can everybody let us know where you're from so we know exactly where everyone is from. So shall we start? We shall start the experiment. So what we're going to do is now, we're going to add a bit of vinegar in the bowls here. So you're going to do that, add the vinegar. What do you think it's going to happen? Has anybody got the idea? This is the experiment for the exchange surfaces GCSE. Right, yeah, so that's lemon. So we're going to add lemon in one. And then in the other bowl, we are going to add the apple cider vinegar. right? So this is what we're going to add again. So what's going to happen is, have you ever wondered how substances move in and out of cells? Well, this is colourful experiment that we're going to do. This colourful experiment gives us a tasty way to find out. In this diffusion experiment, we'll use jelly cubes, right, to demonstrate how particles spread from a high concentration to a low concentration. It's a brilliant way to see how surface area and volume affect the rate of diffusion, and best of all, you can do it at home with simple ingredients, and we are using the simple ingredients. So we've got it here, there you go. So we added the jelly in there, and then we're going to add the yellow jelly in the other bowl to see what happens to it. So in that one it's lemon, and in here it's the apple cider vinegar. So we're going to see how long this will dissolve the cubes, and it's for the exchange surface area. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to wait. Shall we wait and see? If anybody has any questions, by all means, you're welcome to ask. And do subscribe to our RT Word School UK channel. And obviously, this is on the Wonder Nest. So we're going to wait. Let's see how long. How long do you think it's going to take? Has anybody got any idea? You can write in the comments. How long do you think it's going to take the red to dissolve, or the, what do you call it, the yellow? And which is your favorite color of jelly? What flavor do you like? So like I say, so it's this experiment is the jelly diffusion experiment. Have you ever wondered how substances move in and out of cells? Well, this is the colourful experiment. Give us a taste way to find out. In this diffusion experiment, we'll use jelly cubes, jelly with indicator, to demonstrate how particles spread from high concentration to a slow concentration. It's a brilliant way to see how surface area, how surface area is, how surface area and volume affect the rate of diffusion, and best of all, you can do it at home with your simple ingredients. So everybody, have a look. There you go. It's there. We're going to wait. How long do you think it's going to take?
I think the pineapple flavor will be more quicker.
Has it already started to dissolve?
Yes.
Oh yes, it has started to dissolve.
The lemon one will take a while.
Lemon one will take a while. So the apple cider one, it's doing it quite fast, is it? So yes, that's that. So what's the conclusion at the end? Has anybody got the ideas? Does anybody want to get into the conclusion? Does anybody want to leave any comments on conclusion? Do you know what's going to happen? So this experiment is a simple experiment that you can do at home. It's for the GCSEs. It's just to demonstrate. What do you think? I can just smell the vinegar now. It's absolutely so strong, the vinegar it is. So now the conclusion it's going to be, so we discovered that smaller jelly cubes, so the smaller jelly cubes allow the acid or water to diffuse all the way through much faster. Excuse me, I got the cough. Now, as we can see, the yellow one, there were these smaller cubes than the red ones. So the red one were larger. So yes, the conclusion was that we discovered that smaller jelly cubes allow the acid, allow the apple cider to diffuse all the way through much faster than larger cubes. So this shows us how cells need a large surface area to volume ratio to efficiently exchange substances like oxygen and nutrients. So that's that. So we're going to wait again. So yes, the yellow jelly was a small size cubes. And there you go, the green one. Oh, so you think it's going to be the green one that dissolves faster? No, do you think it's going to be the green one? Sorry, the yellow one, the green one, or does it show the green one on the camera? So it's yellow from here. So you think the yellow one is going to go? You're right there. Yes, it is the yellow one. And I think it's apple I think it's apple. Oh, you mean the flavor? Are you on about the flavor now? You think it's the apple? Well, the yellow one is the pineapple flavor, and obviously the red one is the mixed fruit flavor. That's what it is. So by science, what we're trying to say in GCSE, the science one, the conclusion what we came out with is that the smaller jelly cubes, which is the yellow one, the pineapple one, the yellow small jelly cubes allow the acid, the apple cider vinegar, to diffuse all the way through much faster than the larger cubes. So these are the red ones are the larger cubes. Okay, so this shows us how cells need a large surface. So we know now that cells need large surface. Oh God, I've got a little, sorry, I've just pulled myself a muscle on my leg. This shows us cells need a large surface area to volume ratio to efficiently exchange substances like oxygen and nutrients. So just like the jelly, so these are just like the jelly. If a cell is too big, if a cell is too big, like this red one, right, it takes longer for materials to reach the center. So there you go. If you can see, yes, if I can put the camera towards up, it does take longer to reach, right, to reach the center, which could slow down life process, right? So in biology, size really does matter, especially when it comes to diffusion. So the conclusion is size really does matter, especially when it comes to conclusion. That's to do with the, diffusion, conclusion, diffusion. It's all confusing, is it? So anybody else? Right, okay, no, does a different flavor change the process? No, love, it doesn't change the process. So the color will not, the different flavor will not have anything to do with the process. The process, the reason why the process is changing is because of the lemon juice that we used. So obviously here we use the lemon juice in this red one, and then we use the apple cider vinegar in the yellow one. So it's what we've used, the liquid. Yes, the acid what we used, it's because of that. So it's because of the process only changes due to the lemon juice and the vinegar. You can use any sort of vinegar, but obviously we had apple cider vinegar, so we're using apple cider vinegar. Is there any more questions that you would like to ask regarding about this experiment? Do ask if there's anything. And if you want us to do a different, like I said, experiment on any subject, from topics, from English to science, you could do that, because what we've done in past, we also have done English literature, GCSE, and we have also done language, where we do also Shakespeare, and we have, what are we studying also, what we're doing? Macbeth, and we are doing Blood Brothers. Also, we studied the Expector Call, and we are doing poetry as well. So how we do the poetry is we learn the poetry by heart. So the children remember exactly what is in the poetry, and then we do a play on that, and then they write and they compare different poems together. So if you want to see the poetry side of us, then give us a thumb up. We shall do a live poetry. If you want, we can do that. And if there's a specific poetry of GCSE you're interested in, we can also do that for you. So this one today, it was a quick one. We thought we were doing this, so I thought let's come live because we're doing this experiment. So if you would like to see more live experiments whilst we're doing in the science, please do leave comments that you would like to see more lives, and then we can get together and you can join us. But this one was so suddenly that we decided we're going to do this today because we were studying biology today, and it was the exchange surfaces topic that we were discussing about today. So if there's any other questions you would like, anybody, please do leave comments and we shall see. So this experiment, it just took us normally 5 minutes. It's saying how long would it take. So I think we are roughly near there. The yellow one, the pineapple one, are totally beginning to dissolve. See, and that is in the apple cider vinegar. And there you go, the red ones, because the red cubes, don't forget, like we say, so the red cubes, so they were much in bigger size. So that's why they are taking longer to dissolve, right? So that That is exactly what it should be, because obviously and what we were supposed to be doing, we didn't have a ruler in handy. What you could do is, before the experiment, we were supposed to be measuring each cube, how many centimeters it is. So obviously we were supposed to be knowing how much is the red cube, how many centimeters is that, and also what centimeters was the yellow one. So you need to get a ruler in handy, and also what you can do your ratio. You can work the ratio out of this as well. What about the heat? What do you mean, love? What about the heat? Please, can you give me more details? What you exactly mean? What about the heat? Do you think if it's warm? Because we did not use any heat. This is just the normal heat, obviously, of the environment, the room temperature. So it's only on the room temperature. There's no added heat. Okay, right. You mean what will happen if you added heat? What would happen? Obviously, if you added heat, I think it will melt totally, would it? It would totally dissolve. Yes, that's what would happen. What do you think? Do you agree with me? So if we did added heat, it will dissolve quickly. Unless you want us to try that. Shall we try that? That's a good idea, actually. I can try that and we can see. Shall we do that? Let's try that. You've given us a new tip that we can do. So what we do is, whilst we're doing this live, we can try this. So what we do, we shall try, what do you want me to try it with? Do you want me to try it with the yellow or the red? We leave that to your choice. Which one would you like us to heat up and see? Do you want to give us, which one would you like us to heat up and then see what happens to that? What would you like? Would you like the... Okay, you will like the red. Yes, let's do the red. So we're going to take this in the kitchen. Thank you for your idea. Now we shall go to the next level and see. That is a great idea, Noor. So here we're going to leave this and then let's walk to the kitchen and see what happens. Where are you from, Noor? If you don't mind me asking. So now, there we go. So we've got this. Like you said, we bought it in the kitchen. We've got our pan here and we're going to add it in the stove and we're going to see how long it takes. Jordan, oh wow, welcome. Welcome to our RT World School UK. Make sure you subscribe to our RT World School. Obviously, this is my Wonder Nest. So this is the process, like you say so. Let's see, we can use a here. Right, I'm going to try to get a spatula so we can mix this.
Boiling.
So it's boiling, it's coming to the boiling point, like you said. Do you remember which liquid we used in this red one? Let's see if you remember. Is it the apple cider or is it the lemon? Anybody remembers what this is? Was this apple or was this the lemon? So yes, it is. So if you use the heat, lemon juice, yes, you're exactly right. It's the lemon juice. So now you see it has totally dissolved. There you go. Within a few seconds, obviously, it's going to dissolve. So obviously, it wasn't for the heat, what we did, but we know that that was going to dissolve totally because of the heat. I hope that was fine for you. So thank you for yours. And it was lemon, like you said, you remembered. It was lemon juice, and like you said, it melted quickly. And then we go here, that one didn't. So we're still on the lemon, it's still there. And that was in the smaller size. So this was our, like I say, exchange surface experiment. It was the exchange surface experiment. So what have you learned so far? Whoever's joined us, do you want to give us conclusion? Noor, I know you've been taking part in this. Would you like to give us the conclusion on this? And I appreciate join. See, this is what we need. We need someone like Noor to take part in these experiments when we're doing these live experiments. Oh, there you go, Noor. It's totally dissolved, like you said, so the heating one. So obviously, that's totally dissolved. So do you want to give what the conclusion was? So it's a practice. If you want to do it, if you're studying GCSE, or if there's anybody else, not the adults, that you want to know, exchange surfaces, it's how easy this experiment to see how easy stuff moves between an orgasm, and its environment depends on the surface area to volume ratio. So that's what we were going to do. Also, obviously, we were doing the exchanging substances, so we might do the experiment on exchanging substances as well. So this was part of one, exchanging substances, which the jelly has changed to see. The vinegar is stronger than lemon juice. Yes, the vinegar is stronger than the lemon juice as well. But then also, it's not just the vinegar, it's because of the size of the cube. So we knew that because the yellow pineapple sizes, they were smaller. So that's why obviously they were quicker to dissolve. And the red one, they didn't dissolve quickly because obviously of this size. And it is my fault because we were supposed to be measuring them. We did get the ruler. Actually, we could do that for you now. So we have got the measurements. Can you measure this, please? How many centimeters is the red one? Because we've got it there. So we know exactly how many centimeters was the red and how many centimeters is the other one. So if you could take one of the jellies out. It's always nice to have extra ingredients and extra, experiment tools, because you maybe can, use them later on. Like now, because we didn't measure it in the beginning, we could do it now. So there you go. She's going to measure that. The long side, obviously that's with the thickness of it, is it? We want the length. So
the length is 3.5 centimeters.
3.5 centimeters. So is it? Yes. So the length of that is 3.5 centimeters of the red. So that was the larger. And then the yellow one, please. Can you measure the yellow one for us? The yellow one there is melted, so how will the yellow, what do you think the yellow is going to be in centimeters?
Three centimeters.
3 centimeters. Now see, the only difference is it's only you think it's 2. It's 3 centimeters, so only half of centimeters is the difference. So like we say, the conclusion, does anybody want to give us the last conclusion of this before we end this live experiment session? So has anybody got the conclusion? What did we learn from this? So what is the conclusion, or what did we learn from this? I'm going to put the camera straight, if that's okay. Can I just put the camera straight? Sorry, the camera needs to be straight. I'm a bit fidgety. So has anybody got the conclusion? So if I repeat myself and what we've done, so if you want to try this at home, by all means, please try. Anybody wants to try this easy experiment at home, please do try this experiment and let me know how you go. It's called the jelly diffusion experiment. So just please, you can try it because you've got the ingredients are so simple. I'm sure someone's got jelly in their wardrobes in the kitchen at home. You could try this with your kids and make it for an activity. Right, so I shall give you the final introduction of the jelly diffusion experiment, so you know it helps you out. Sorry, what was that?
The size affects the process.
Yes, lovely, exactly, you've got that. Well done. Yes, the size affects the process. That is exactly what you are, right. I'm sure this experiment has helped many to understand the the diffusion experiment, the surface, how it is related. So what I had said before, like I said before, have you ever wondered how substances move in and out of cells? Well, this colourful experiment gives us a tasty way to find out. In this diffusion experiment, what we learned was we used jelly cubes, right, to demonstrate how particles spread from high concentration to a low concentration. It's a brilliant way to see how surface area and volume affect the rate of diffusion. And best of all, you can do it at home with simple ingredients. So please do try this and give me a thumbs up to see how it was for you as well. Get your mummies involved, get your daddies involved, and you can do it. And then maybe you can go back to school and let your teachers know about this exchange surface and exchanging substances. So the final conclusion on this is, what did we learn? Yes, Noor, well done to you. You have got this. We discovered that smaller jelly cubes allow the acid or water to diffuse all the way through much faster than larger cubes. This shows us how cells need a large surface area to volume ratio to efficiently exchange substances like oxygen and nutrients. Just like the jelly, like we showed you, we demonstrated, if a cell is too big, so now just like a jelly, if a cell is too big, it takes longer for materials to reach the center, okay, which could slow down life process. So in biology, so what is it in biology then? Does everybody want to shout out? What is it? In biology, size really does matter, especially when it comes to diffusion. I hope this experiment was really good. I know it was the last minute. If you're really interested in these kind of experiments that we do regularly, if you want us to go live, just like we done now, because this was the first live we did with the experiment, leave us a comment, leave us a thumbs up, and we shall do that more often. And do subscribe to our channel, like, share, and follow. Thank you. Stay tuned. An extra thank you to Noor. Thank you for taking part in RT World School UK and Wonder Nest. Love you lots. Take care. See you soon.